Hey, what's up YouTube people? It's your boy Tron Easy with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Men Vintage Wave. First, I wasn't really interested in collecting this wave. I kind of only wanted Storm, and as you can see, Storm eludes me. Did have the chance to pick up these three. Silver Samurai was the other one I was kind of looking forward to, but I kind of wanted to pass on these at first, but after seeing them in person, I decided to grab these three. So we're going to take a look at them. I guess like Silver Samurai was the one I was most interested in. The Cyclops doesn't look bad, or the Iceman. I just don't have any connection to this version of Cyclops. But we're going to take a look at these figures and see if they're any good. So let's open them up. Let's take a look at Iceman first. And I do love the boards, the packaging these figures come in. Very 90s. There's a picture of Iceman there. And you can see the figure in the blister pack. And this is the back here. With a little read up if you want to check that out. These were the other figures. That Wolverine I definitely wasn't interested in. I might go back and pick up that Dazzler, and at some point I'm definitely going to grab Storm. And again, I really do like the packaging here. So let's open this figure up. And here's Iceman outside of his package. And I'm a little iffy on this figure. My figure, I don't know if this is how everyone's is going to look. You can see the line in the middle of his forehead coming down. And I don't know, that just looks bad to me. And his face just looks it doesn't really remind me of Iceman. And the color is a more pearlescent, like, I don't know, white or gray. And he kind of just looks like the Silver Surfer. He's very basic. He's just colored in paint. He has this belt with the X on there, and it can move up and down. I'll try to, put that in the middle at some point. I just don't feel like struggling with it. But he does come with a pretty cool accessory. It's like a little stand that looks like ice. And this is the color I would expect him to actually be. You can see how different he is than the board. This is what color he should be. So that's just weird that he's painted this way. But I'm not mad at the body. The body works. He has the butterfly joints here. I'm just like pretty basic. And I just wanted to do a comparison with the only other Iceman I have is this more modern Iceman. This was the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure version. And you can see he's like more clear, definitely blue. But I wasn't really a big fan of this figure. Mine's like the legs are like super loose. The feet are like gummy. Like the whole figure's kind of gummy. And just wasn't a big fan of this. And his neck is like super huge. But I did like the little accessory piece he had. If they could somehow like just do this figure with this head and in this color, that would be like pretty perfect. But as of now, I'm still waiting for a good Iceman figure. So let's take a look at one of the other vintage X-Men. Up we have Cyclops, and this is a picture of him in the blister package. You can see he comes with a couple accessories and cool little image here. And the card back is the exact same as the Iceman, but here's a little read up if you guys want to check that out. So let's get this figure out of the package. Next up we have this XFactor version of Cyclops. And just upon first looking at it, I actually like this figure a lot more than I thought I would. The color is just the blue and white. This is his classic XFactor uniform. I never read that version of the X-Men with like the original 5. So that's why I said I don't really have a connection to this version of him. But I think it looks pretty dope. I wish, well, you can see the little power effects here. He does have another head. We'll take a look at that in a second. The paint is not bad. It's a little iffy. Painting white over blue is always like not a great thing to do, but mine doesn't look too bad. Actually, like fairly clean. I do like how he has the little pointer fingers here. Cyclops usually when he's using his visor, he points at his head, you know, to control it. I do wish this head didn't have the effect. This is like after he shoots his optic blast. Probably would have been dope if it didn't have that, because he has another head with him, and he comes with an optic blast little accessory that ports into there, so it makes it look like he's shooting. You can see his teeth, like he's very like gritting his teeth, and I think that's pretty dope. It's pretty different. Like, you don't really get accessories like this too much. Actually, let's see what it looks like with the head on. It's very easy to do. I think that actually looks really dope. Don't know, like, I guess if you're like taking pictures and doing like action scenes or something, that's a pretty good idea. It's pretty cool of Hasbro to throw that in there. I just wish the other head was, I guess the difference is you can see his teeth in the other one. This one is just a little grin. It would have been nice not to have the optic blast shots. Articulation, this looks like a Bucky mold or just like a basic mold, nothing too special. Arms go up far, bicep, double jointed elbow, twist hinge at the wrist, ab crunch, pretty neat, waist twist, legs go up decent, thigh twist, double jointed knee, boot cut and hinge and rocker at the ankle. So yeah, I like the Cyclops a lot more than I thought I would, so I'm definitely happy with it, and I don't think the paint's that bad, so that's a plus. Let's check out Silver Samurai. And here is Silver Samurai in this package. And again, I really love the packaging for these figures. They remind me of the 90s. And this one is cool. You see a picture of him over here. Picture makes it look really dark, but you can see him inside here. It's not very dark, little gray. And I believe the back is the same card, just a picture of Silver Samurai over here. Nice little write-up if you guys want to take a look at that. So let's get him out of this package. And here's Silver Samurai outside of his package, and honestly, he is very, very cool. He has some heft to him. This is not a light figure. He's by no means a builder figure or anything, but he definitely feels a little hefty. This figure has a lot of new parts that I've never seen on a Legend before. So it's surprising that they, you know, threw him in here in the vintage line, when a lot of the other figures use a lot of reused parts. But he looks super cool, man. Helmet looks good. It looks like a guy in a helmet. Like it fits him like a helmet should. And his face looks really cool. You can see his eyes in there. His armor looks very badass. You can see different layers. And the paint is awesome. Wish it was a little shiny, like maybe if it was like chromed out like the Colossus figure with the Juggernaut, that would have been really cool. He comes with two katanas, one's in his hand here. He has two hands, open hands to hold the katanas, and he also has like a little holster here that looks like it should be able to fit both swords at the same time, which looks really cool. A little skirt piece underneath his boots. A lot of little detail, a lot of little like bumps, and you know, look at that, that's really detailed. Let's take a look at the articulation. His head doesn't move up or down any, just left and right, and not really any side to side either. So that's a little disappointing, but he does have a helmet on, and it is impeded by the back of it. Looks like it's going down a little too far, like it stops any articulation that would be there. But there is a hinge, I can clearly see it. It just doesn't really do anything. He has these shoulder pads, does impede how far his arms go up, but he does have a bicep twist there, a double jointed elbow that goes that far, the wrist spins, and does he have the up and down? And he has the up and down, so that works really well for his swords. He has the torso joint here that goes back pretty far, down a little bit, and you can move it around, rock it. Waist twist. Legs go super far, which is probably the furthest I've had in a Marvel Legend in a long time, so that's pretty cool. He has the thigh cut there, double jointed knee, twist at the top of the boot, rocker and hinge. And yeah, this is, like, honestly, besides the head, probably one of the most articulated, bigger figures I've seen from Hasbro in a long time, so that's very surprising. I am impressed with this figure, and I'm definitely happy I can add him to my collection. Oh, so let's take a closer look at the sword too. It's just a very classic katana with a brown hilt, that's what they call it. And that looks pretty dope, very detailed, and just super thin gray, so that's definitely not bad. So Silver Samurai, I really enjoy this figure. So here's my final assessment over these three figures. I love the Silver Samurai. He's probably my favorite. He's definitely my favorite out of the bunch. There's no question about that. 1 out of a 10, I would give him like a 9. He's like almost perfect. The Cyclops would be my second favorite. I wish the head came with just like a non effects head, just to like make him look a little normal. But this version of Cyclops is not bad. The Iceman is my least favorite. I'm just not feeling it. I don't like the color much, and the head looks very off to me, so I'm still searching for a new Iceman. I think the Iceman could have been pretty good if he was a little more bluish, and the head looked a little different. The figure does remind me of like the classic Marvel vs. Capcom like version of Iceman, or X-Men Children of the Atom's version. So it's very disappointing that he's my least favorite. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Tron Easy. I will have more reviews and figures for you. So hope you enjoyed. Peace out.